Hey, hey, it is Sunday night, and I want to welcome you to Learning with Lynn. I'm Lynn Huber.
And I'm Richard.
And this is Richard. This guy is Richard. So we are like a minute late. I'm sorry about that. We couldn't get on. We were getting a message saying the server was overloaded. Don't know what that means.
Everybody's sitting at home in the snow.
So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so we know you were here. And I am going to move some things around and get started. I don't see anybody yet commenting, but hopefully they will soon.
Hey, there we go. Anitra and Lily. Howdy.
There we go. Anitra and Lily, welcome. So you should be able to see my screen now. And so today we are going to talk about prospecting. It's how you take control of your business. So I want to talk a little bit first about recruiting. Prospecting does not necessarily mean recruiting. Prospecting means finding new people for your business, whether that be recruits, whether that be new customers, whatever, right? Prospecting means finding new people to talk to. Hi, Judy. Good to see you. So this isn't going to be all about recruiting because, it is, like I said, both. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit about recruiting first because Avon has free signups right now. And I have never, in the 20 years I've been with Avon, I have never seen them do that. And they say it's for a limited time. And we've got until the end of March. And I'm really excited by that. And let me tell you, well, and I will show you why in just a second. But I'm a little concerned because I've heard some leaders in this area where I live say to people that, hey, it's okay. You don't need to prospect. You don't need to look for new recruits. You can just work on getting on the cruise and then worry about the recruits later. And I think that's a big mistake. And I kind of wish people would not say that to like my team members. They can say it to their own, I guess, if they want. But I just think that's a mistake. Yes, we want to earn the cruise. We're working on the cruise. We're working hard. But I think recruiting can help you get there. And I will explain that. We will come back and explain that, I promise. Hey, Rick, good to see you. Rick and Tina. Good. Tina's always hiding because it says Rick on the computer, but I know Tina's there. So, but right now, Avon's offering free recruits and or free signups. And the reason why this is so exciting and why this is so important to you in your business is that's how you grow. That's how you grow your business. So I'm going to show you an email here from a guy named, he's actually a kind of a friend of ours, Matt Morris, and his niece is actually his aunt, she's his aunt, is actually on our team. And Matt Morris is a network marketing trainer industry-wide. He's pretty famous all over the country, and he teaches recruiting. And this is an email he sent out the other day. He said, I was looking through some of my older trainings. I found one from when my team had just passed 1 million customers. Now, keep in mind, these numbers that I'm going to give you do not necessarily apply to Avon because he's in a business where it costs a lot more to get in, like maybe hundreds to get in. And everybody who joins, it's a true network marketing company where they sign up people to be distributors and customers. They don't really have customers like we do with our Avon business. But so people who buy into his business, because it costs a lot to get in, tend to be more committed. So, but let me come back to that. Okay, so he shared his personal recruiting numbers to get to 1 million basic team members. Okay, so in 8 years, he estimates that he personally showed his business to just over 1,000 people. From those 1,000 people, he personally sponsored 280. That means that 720 said no. They told him no. Right? Out of those 280 that he sponsored, 237 quit. That left him with 43 active after 8 years. Okay? Those numbers are real, you guys. And I actually think with Avon, we have to go through more numbers. I don't know, maybe not, because 43 active out of 1,000, or he sponsored 280, 43 active. After 8 years, that might be reasonable, I guess. I guess that might be pretty close. But so anyway, out of those 43, there were 6 major leaders who had emerged. There were other smaller teams, but here's the breakdown of the customer accounts from those 6. So one led to 6,000, another one led to 20,000, another one led to 23,000, one led to 52,000, one led to 300,000 and one led to 750,000. And he says, when I share this, people tend to think, how the hell do I find 6 leaders like that? Well, I'd sure like to know that. But you know what? There's not a magic formula. He says it right here. There's not a magic formula. The truth is, he had no idea who the 6 were going to be. He only found the 6 because he was willing to sort through the 280 to find them. And the only way he found the 280 was because he was willing to go out and show his business to over 1,000 people. And more importantly, he was willing to get rejected by the 720. See, you don't create massive success by finding leaders. You earn success by getting massive rejection. So simply put, if you're not willing to go out and get rejected, you're not willing to do what it takes to succeed. And the reason that he succeeded was because he took insane levels of action and understood that rejection was going to be part of the game. So, me also, ha ha ha, Rick says. So, it takes a lot of numbers to find your people, okay? And I'm just gonna flip over to another screen, and I'm gonna show you, some of you who have been with Avon for a while know this already, but if you're new, I know Judy's new, and I appreciate you being here, Judy. When you start recruiting and you start bringing in team members, Avon gives you things to help you because you're growing your business. They pay you. They make it worth your while. So whenever you bring in a qualified new recruit, and that means a qualified new recruit means that he or she places an order of $150 or higher within their first 2 campaigns, you earn a $20 cash bonus. So for every person you bring in who places a $150 order in their first or second campaign, you will earn $20. Then once you bring them in now, you personally have to sell $50 a campaign to qualify for this. But once you sell, if you like, we're in campaign 6 right now, right? 6, yeah. We're still in campaign 6 right now. If you have a $50 order or you have $50 in sales, you're going to earn a 3% sponsoring bonus on everybody on your team that you brought in. Everybody, for as long as they stay with Avon, as long as you stay with Avon, as long as you meet that minimum $50 requirement. So that's pretty cool, but that's not a lot of money because remember Matt said you have to go through the numbers. So, I mean, 3% of a $100 order means you made $3. But it's just like if you're a rock star, if you're Neil Diamond or you're Michael Jackson, you earn like, I don't know what it is, like 1/100th of a penny of every album that's sold. It's not like big numbers, but it's in the big numbers. It's in the grand scheme of things.
You have a million people buy your record.
Yeah, you have millions of people buying the record.
You make a penny each one, so you make some money. You make some real money.
Yeah, so that's just to get started. So, so just all you have to do when you bring in a new person, you earn a $20 cash bonus if they place their first or second order of $150, and you'll earn 3%. That's a given. I mean, all you have to do is $50 per campaign to qualify for that. And if you don't do $50 one campaign, you won't qualify for the bonus that campaign. But then if you do it the next campaign, you will qualify again. Does that make sense? So it's not, I mean, $50 is nothing, but that's just, so you're not going to lose it. You're not going to lose your team, right? So then as you continue to grow, move down to the next one, you will get promotion bonuses. So as your team grows, you're earning the $20 when they come in, you earn 3%. And as you grow, you're going to get promotion bonuses. So when you promote to bronze ambassador, you're going to earn a $500 promotion bonus. When you promote to silver ambassador, you're going to get a $750 promotion bonus. And when you earn to go to gold ambassador, it's a $1,000 bonus. So I'm going to scroll all the way down here and I'm going to show you what it takes to be that. So, to be a promoter, that you just have to have one person on your team and you just have to have $50 in sales. A star promoter is 2 people on your team and $50. The first level where you receive that bonus, that was a $500 bonus, I believe, is you have to have 3 people on your team Now, from now on, as you grow your team, you need to have $200 in sales yourself. So your personal sales, that's you and your customers, right? Any online orders you get, any orders you place for your customers, any of that together is $200. If you have 3 people on your team and total team sales of $1,000. So it might take 4 people on your team to get to that total team sales. It just depends on how big of sellers they all are. I mean, if each person's doing $200 times 4 is that'll be you and 3 people would be $800. So you see what I'm saying? So you might need maybe 4 people. Or if someone's doing more than $200, you might need just barely need the 3, right? So you become a bronze ambassador, you get that $500 bonus. And then 6 people on your team and $2,000 in sales, you become silver ambassador and you get, you would think I would know these. You get silver ambassador $750. So, and then you also start earning more when you reach that level. So this is kind of weird because I guess it's on a forum that you open up, but you get right here, this one right here, if you can see this, you get 3% sponsoring bonus. Oh, here it is. You get a $500 promotion bonus. That's for bronze ambassador. And then you get another 3% on your first generation. Once you become bronze ambassador, you get an additional 3% on your first generation. So that's like getting 6% off of everybody you bring in, right? Because you got 3% for sponsoring them and another 3% because they're on your team. And then now you're starting to grow down. So now you'll get an additional 3% on your second generation. So if you bring in somebody and they bring in somebody, you'll earn 3% off of that person. So I'm not going to go more into this because, you know, there's nothing that you need to know more than what's the next level I need to get to. And so if you're just getting started, bronze ambassador would be what your first goal would be looking for, right? So $1,000 in team sales, 3 people on your team, and you personally selling $200. But that's money in your pocket. That's extra money in your pocket. That's on top of your sales. And as you grow, it's not a lot in the beginning because, like I said, 3% of $100 is just $3. But so you might earn an extra, I think it's like $150 or so on average at this level a month on top of your sales and everything. But that's like a car payment maybe or something, a utility bill, right? And as you grow, it grows exponentially. And as you get down to these other levels, I mean, you're making 6 figures and more when you get down here into the executive leader area. So you don't need to know that yet, but just concentrate on that first level. So the reason I'm telling you this, though, is because Avon is giving you free signups. So Avon's giving you the opportunity to sign people up for free. So right now, my goal, it was like 6 weeks roughly, I believe that it was like from the middle of February till the end of March. And so my goal is 300 new signups in that 6 weeks on my team, 300 new people, because 300 new people means I'm going to find some people that are going to take off with it, right? And that's going to be exponentially going to help me grow my team. I will tell you one thing that I've learned. We've been with Avon for 6 years, for 20 years, almost 19 plus years. And we have been where we were earning 6 figures. We're on our way back up there now. That was a mistake. We walked away, but that's a different story. The magic number on your team where it seems like things start getting fun is when you have like 200 to 300 people on your team. That's when things start getting really fun. And when you get like 600 people on your team, it kind of, and I don't mean that, and you're not personally signing them up. That's something that I need you to understand. You don't have to sign up 600 people. You sign up 1, or let's just say you sign up 5, and each of those 5 sign up 5, and each of those 5 sign up 5. Then it becomes massive numbers, right? And it's not even going to work that way, because if you sign up 5, they're not each going to sign up 5. But I'm just saying, that it's not all you doing it. It's synergy of your whole team together doing it. But when you get to like 600 people on your team, that's when you're getting into really making some good money. And so, I mean, just to give you those ideas. So do I have any questions? Okay. So what I want to talk about then is as you're prospecting, you can be recruiting for team members or you can be prospecting for customers. If you really don't want to grow a team, hey, that's totally your choice. Nobody says you have to. I'm only giving you this information if this is what you want to do. If you're looking to build a big business, if you're looking to quit your job, if you're looking to do anything, then my suggestion is don't wait and earn the cruise first and then recruit. That's not going to help you get there. You need to like walk and chew gum at the same time. You need to do both. But I will tell you that by recruiting, by prospecting for recruits, Richard and I have built our business up to where we were selling 6,000, 7,000 a campaign by looking for recruits, because the first thing you ask them is, hey, have you ever thought about selling Avon? And they're like, no, I'm not interested. And you're like, okay, no problem. We love customers. And you'll get customers. You'll get a lot of customers. So I don't want to tell you that recruiting is going to take away from getting customers, because I don't think it will. It actually helped us get more.
Yeah.
It actually
You
helped
get
us
both.
get more.
You end up getting both.
Okay, so let's see. Anitra says, I have one person, but she seems to not do much. Okay, Anitra, that means you need to get 100 more. Or get one more. Just start with one more, right? Get two more. I mean, that's the thing. Because you go back to Matt's number, remember what his numbers were. He signed up 280, 237 of them quit. Only 43 were active, and out of those 43, only 6 of them were major leaders. Okay, and that is no matter who you talk to. I mean, we have friends in the top of every company, and because we go to these MLM mastermind events every year, and we have friends that are at the top of every company. And if you sit down and talk to them, most of them are making $1 million a year, or they're making high 6 figures, like a mid 6 figure to high 6 figures a year. And out of the thousands of people that they have on their team, only 1 or 2 people are the ones that have the massive growth out of their legs. So they have legs, right? So each time so this would be like 6 different legs. He has 6 major leaders. So you would call those legs, because this one has 6,000 people on their team. This one has 20,000. So most of the top leaders that are making the big money only really have 1, 2, 3, 4 at the most legs. So he had 6, which is pretty amazing. But you look, he has only 2 that are doing big, big, big numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Rick says one could sign up 500, 100, who knows, for 50 to 100, who knows? And with that, that's huge. You're absolutely right, Rick. You're absolutely right. And with this incentive, with free signups, to me, it's like, oh my gosh, we should be balls to the wall. We should be like breaking barriers. We should be running through brick walls to make this happen. Because at the end of March, if I get 300 new people on my team, and whatever your goal is, if you get that goal, and if you dream big, I'm saying go full out. By the end of March, it's going to be amazing to see where my business is. I mean, and it will just be starting, because people will just be getting started, and they'll be starting to place orders, and they'll be growing. And over time, that's going to be huge for my business.
This is going to be a little bit like getting an airplane off the ground. You don't want a taxi for 10 miles. You want to get up in the air. And this is what we're doing. We're blasting off and trying to go straight up into the air, get all the people we can on our team right now.
Yeah, because Avon's given us this opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So, Judy says, I agree. I'm telling you, everyone I know, that it's a free sign up. You go, yeah. Judy. Judy, you guys, is brand new. I don't know. I think you had one campaign or something. She is brand new, and I'm really excited about you, Judy. I really am. Anitra says, I hope I have 2 customers out of my great aunts off the body wash challenge. Yes, yeah, 2 good. Customers. That's cool. Mm-hmm. So you just keep going for more, right? 2 now, and then 2 next week. You just keep growing. It's just new people.
Can I say one thing here while we're talking about this? Matt kind of talks about rejection in this, and he talked to 1,000 people and only 280 signed up. It's the problem we have in the United States. I think most of us have been educated in the United States. Nothing against it, but here we have a grading scale where if you have a 10-question quiz and you miss 1, you have an A. You miss 2, you have a B. You miss 3 questions, you have a C. 4 is a D. You missed 5 out of 10, 50%, and you flunked. It's horrendous. And he would have gotten an F. He only got. My point is,
but what about the basketball? Or
that's what I'm going to say.
Oh.
But it's more like baseball. In baseball, those of you who know baseball, you have to get on base. And if you strike out 7 times or you get put out 7 times, but you made it on base 3 times, three times out of 10, you're batting over 300, you're a $1 million player. Yeah. You're the star of the team. So 7 times you strike out, 3 times you get a hit, you're the star of the team. And that's just like here. 1, 2, 3 people you can talk to out of 10 people that will sign up, you'll have a huge, huge business. It's just a mind twist on it.
Yeah. And Judy said, she said she's telling everyone she knows about the free sign up.
Yeah.
That's really cool because Judy, I think you're going to get customers out of that too. Mm-hmm. Because people, I don't know that I would lead. Well, maybe. I don't know that I would lead with the free sign up as I'm just talking to people. Now, if it's somebody then yes. I mean, maybe push that. Hey, we've got free signups right now. But when I'm out prospecting, and that's what we're going to go into now in a minute. When I'm out prospecting, I wouldn't say, hey, it's free sign up. I would say, I use the drawing form, which I'll show you. And while they're filling it out, I say, hey, have you ever thought about selling Avon? And I kind of get their temperature because I like customers too, right? Mm-hmm. So, if they say, oh no, I'm not interested, or I don't have time, or whatever, I say, okay, no problem. We like customers. Be happy to get you a book, right? So let's go into that. So we're going to go to my blog. This is my blog, onlinebeautybiz.com. This is our training. And you can go to the right-hand side here if you're on your computer, and you can search for whatever you want. If you're on a phone, this whole part of this right-hand side will be at the bottom of the whole page. So it'd be like 6 blog posts, and then this would be at the bottom. But there's also categories, right? So if we go to the prospecting category and we click on that.
Didn't go. Is it because you're there? There we go.
Okay. And there's like page after page after page about prospecting. Look at all that. So I know that I'm going to want to go, just because I made a note of the ones I want to show you is on page 4. So I need to get to page 4. And it's not, I can only do 1 page at a time. But so you've got all kinds of stuff here. Okay, so the one we're going to talk about is prospecting. It's how you take control of your business. And that was the topic of our thing. And so prospecting is your opportunity. The thing is that your business isn't going to just show up on your door. I've had reps sign up thinking that. But it's not. It's not. People aren't going to come knocking on your door saying, hey, do you happen to sell Avon? I want to buy it. It doesn't work that way. Hi, Elizabeth. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. So you have to go out. You take control of your business. Don't let your business just idly hope that it's going to be successful. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you. So you take control. So there's actually 4 ways to prospect. They're face-to-face, so you can literally go out. I used to go out, and I still do occasionally, and stand in front of a grocery store, and I might have 20 brochures with me, and I have my drawing slips. And in fact, let's go to that real quick. I just clicked on getting their contact information, and I have a link in here to the drawing forms. And so here's the drawing form. So it's still loading, it looks like, on your end. Hopefully it comes. Okay.
Loading.
Yeah, come on.
Not up yet.
Can you guys see the drawing slips? Because on my screen, it looks like you can't. Is it just a blank screen, or do you see drawing slips right now? Let's see.
Include something else?
Oh, no.
No, nobody can see it.
I'm going to talk about it and hope that it shows up. I'm so sorry you guys can't see. I don't know what, the internet, and it's snowing here. Okay, I got you guys. Yeah. I can't see it. It's blank. I'm sorry.
We'll talk about it.
But I'm going to talk about it. You can always go to my online beauty biz and search for drawing slips. But on the drawing slips, it has name, address, city, state, and zip, phone, email. And then it says, please send me an Avon catalog. And it has check boxes. So it'll say physical in the mail, digital by email, digital by text, and then the last one is I want more information about selling Avon. So I will stand there in front of the grocery store with maybe 20 books, And as people come out of the store, I'll say, hey, would you like an Avon brochure? And I'm going to be really honest with you. There's people that look at me like I'm a cockroach. It happens. And that's the rejection that you just have to let go, right? And then there will be other people that will say, no, thank you. And then there will be other people who say, yes, I haven't seen a book in ages. Is Avon still here? And they get really excited by it, right? So you're going to get all kinds. And people then I say, okay, well, here's the book, and I hand it to them, and I go, I mail my brochures. Would you like to get on my mailing list? And then I hand them this drawing slip. I wish you could see it. I hand them this drawing slip, and I say, if you fill this out, I'll get it to you. But I can't reload. It's a...
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I can't reload.
You can pull it up later.
But, so then you... I think it's the internet being slow. Well, let me just try something. Let me just try this. Go back to this. We'll take it completely out. We'll remove it. And then we'll add it back in. Let's see if that makes a difference.
Maybe.
Okay.
There we go.
Looks like it's working. We need it this way. Okay.
Yay.
Yay. Thank you, Jennifer. That was a good idea. I just didn't know how to reload. I'm in an app. So anyway, so this is my drawing form. So I'm standing in front of the store and I'm asking people, would you like an Avon brochure? And I literally, when I do that, I don't like hold the book back here. I don't act like I'm afraid of it. I go, would you like an Avon brochure? Hi, would you like an Avon brochure? And I take it. I assume they're going to take it from me. If you assume they'll take it, most of the time they'll take it. Okay. Then I say, when they take the book and they go, yeah, I'd love one. And then you go, okay, great. I mail my brochures. Would you like to get on my mailing list? And then you hand them the form and you have them fill it out. Now, some people are going to say, is this your number on the back of the book? And, because they don't want to fill out the form, or they might say, no, I'm not interested in the form or whatever. And then you could say, yeah, that's my number. No problem. Just give me a call if you need anything, or my website's on the back too. And you just go after the easy ones, right? Just go after the ones who are willing to give you their information. So you get their contact information. So now I'm going to go back to, why are we having such a hard time? There's got to be, the internet thing has got to be, there's not really a way to
close that and go back to this and stay on it.
There's not really a way to refresh it. Okay, we're back to this to the
just
blog.
Stay here.
So you can do it face to face. You can do it by telephone. You can do it by mail. You can mail postcards or stuff like that, and you can do it online. There's lots of ways to do it. You can advertise on Facebook. You can make friends online. You can go into like if you have a hobby or something that you like I square dance, Richard and I square dance, or if you knit or crochet, you can find Facebook groups around those kinds of topics. And you get in those Facebook groups and you don't go and blast your business. I'm not saying that at all, but you go in there and you make friends, and you say, you're talking to them about, hey, I'm struggling with, I don't know, I'm knitting, I'm just new at learning how to knit, and I lost the stitch and I don't know how to get it back, right? And you're talking to them about whatever the subject is of that group, and then you take it to a private message because you don't want to have that whole conversation publicly. So now you're on a private message and now you're chatting with them, and when the time is right, you bring up your Avon business, okay? And then if you met them online, you could give them a digital link, or you could ask them, would you like me to mail you a brochure or anything like that? It's
nothing you just bring up. Most people automatically bring it up. People say, oh, what is it you do?
Mm-hmm.
Or you ask them that, and usually as soon as they tell you, because you're interested in them, they'll tell you what they do, and then they'll say, well, what is it that you do? So
yeah.
You can just kind of naturally bring up the topic.
So in this post, I'm not going to click on it. Okay, Rick says, my goal is always have at least 3 connections on the street, always looking for that low-hanging fruit. Over time adds up. We got a lot of customers last summer this way. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And you're going to get recruits that way too if you're asking about it, right?
There's one above that.
There's one above that? Okay. Judy says, LOL, I just had a friend contact me about wanting to be an Avon just now. Yay! Yeah. Woohoo! Judy, you go. And good job, Lynn. Jennifer says, I reloaded. Anitra says, having my aunt's contact info is the easy part. Family phone book, LOL. Yes, that's true. Mm-hmm. That's true. And Rick already said this. So my goal is 3 connections on the street, always looking for that low-hanging fruit. Last summer, we got way more than just 3. Oh, this way, if I get more than 3, it's great. Okay, awesome. So you're constantly out there looking for more business, right? And so I talk about prospecting face-to-face. You get their contact information, and then once you get their contact information and you get home, you immediately put them into your customer follow-up system. If they're interested in selling Avon, you immediately put them into their prospect follow-up system. Now, I've done these trainings the last 2 Sundays. I did last Sunday, I think maybe it was 2 weeks ago. But anyway, really recently, I did one on customer follow-up, and I did one on prospect follow-up. But you can click on these links to go there, okay? And that way you can stay in touch with them. And it's all about, there's only a couple of simple things we do to grow our business. We get a brochure to as many people's hands as we can, as many people, whether that's a physical brochure, paper, or if that's digital, it's fine. If you choose to do your business with a digital brochure, that's fine. But you get them in as many hands as you can, and then you follow up. That's like the most important part of how you grow your business, because number one, you prospect. You get those brochures to as many people, and you try to grow the number of people every campaign. Try to, like Rick says, he has 3 connections every day. That's their goal, Rick and Tina. And so every day their goal is to get 3 connections. Over a week, if they just did that 5 days a week, that's 15 connections in a week, right? And that's 60 connections in a month. So that's huge. And then you get them on your follow-up system. And all your follow-up system is they get a text from you saying, hey, my order's going in on Wednesday. I didn't want to leave you out. Is there anything you wanted? And that's it. No pressure, no sales pitch, no nothing. You're just doing follow-up, and you're getting new names. So that's really it. So then I want to go to another. I'm going to go back and see if I can go back. Okay, I'm going to go back to page 3. This is where I clicked on prospecting on the side. And we're going to look at recruiting skills to help you grow your Avon business. So this one, top 10 recruiting skills. So number 1, you have 2 ears and only 1 mouth, and they should be used in that proportion. So it's important for you to learn about the person you're speaking with, right? It's important for you to know what's important to them, what their wants are, what their needs are. How can you benefit them? You're not going to know that if you don't know what it is that they need. Right? So don't just talk about yourself in the beginning. And like I said, if you're doing it on Facebook, and this is true in real life too, is you don't just immediately get in there and start screaming, hey, I sell Avon, who wants to buy from me? And you don't walk into a Walmart and start screaming, hey, I sell Avon, who wants to buy from me, right? It just doesn't work that way. But you build a relationship, you talk to somebody, you meet them, I don't know, we could be standing in a check stand, and Richard could be standing behind me in line, and I don't know him. And there's, we're waiting in line, and I might lean over and say, gosh, I don't usually come here this time of day. I guess I'm lucky. I don't have to wait in line usually, just something stupid, right? Just whatever's going on around you. And then Richard might say, yeah, it's like this every day, at this time, because I just got off of work. And then you can say, wow, I'm sure glad I can just do it when, I have a business that allows me to come at different times, so I don't have to fight the traffic, right? And you get a conversation started. And like Richard said, it doesn't take long for it to go into what kind of business do you do? And then you go from there. But as you're talking to them, ask them questions, you ask them, what do they do? Ask them, oh, what do you like best about that? That sounds like a pretty cool job. So what does that entail? Okay, what do you like best? And get them talking about themselves. Sooner or later, they're going to say to you, well, what do you do? Right? You got that conversation going, but now you've talked to them a little bit and you understand a little bit about what they're looking for. Ask lots of questions, get to know them, be genuinely interested in learning all about them, and without a hidden agenda. Just get out there and just try to make connections. And a lot of times they might not be interested in Avon. They might never be interested in Avon, but you never know where it's going to work out. You never know. I mean, I've made connections that have gotten me involved in we made connections in Ventura that got us involved in the Leadership Ventura program, which was amazing. And we met a lot of people through that. Or we met people that had ended up over time becoming fundraisers. I mean, you just never know where it's going to go. So you just meet people for the sake of meeting people. And then when the time is right, or if the time is right, you bring up your business, right? So continue to get to know about them. If you're talking about Avon, maybe ask them what kinds of products they're using, or what do they like best, or even if they're not using Avon, what products are they using? Learn what the prospect needs without really trying to prospect them, right? And then, like, number 4, never get into recruiting mode. So talk to your prospect as though you're friends. We're all adults, and when you respect that, your relationship can move forward without strain. Talk with them just as if you would your friend or neighbor. Now, when I say recruiting mode, it's okay to ask them if they have any interest in joining Avon. And it's a pretty simple question, yes or no, right? And if they say, no, I'm not into sales, or no, I have too much on my plate, that's an answer. That's all the answer you need. And you just say, okay, not a problem. We have great products. Maybe you like our products, right? So pay attention to what your prospect isn't saying. Could be that maybe the timing isn't right. Maybe they're too rushed right now to really talk to you, so it's just not a good time. Or maybe there are times when people are going to tell you things when they're really just not interested, and they'll tell you something to not hurt your feelings. So you need to try to be aware of that too, because sometimes we can waste so much time following up on somebody who never wanted it in the first place just because they didn't want to hurt our feelings. I mean, I wish people would just be honest, but they're not always, right? And so it is what it is. But so if you're asked a question, answer it, and then move it back to the prospect. Keep your focus on how you can help the prospect, not what the prospect can do for you. And don't bring up your opportunity until you're sure that it's something that will benefit them. That really depends on the situation. Like if I'm standing in front of a grocery store and they're filling out that form, I might just casually say, hey, have you ever thought about selling Avon? But if you're talking to somebody and it wasn't like you originally just stood in front of a store and said, hey, would you like an Avon brochure? But instead you're talking to somebody in the check stand, then it's more of a conversation, right? I mean, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. There's a difference there. When you're actively prospecting, you're actively giving out books, or versus actively having a conversation with somebody. Keep it short. You can always ask the prospect if there's any barriers to moving forward. So, if you kind of given them the presentation, you kind of told them what Avon was about and what you love about Avon. And if they're kind of hemming and hawing, then you can say, hey, what's holding you back? What kind of barrier is holding you back that's stopping you from moving forward? And if you have a relationship, hopefully they'll tell you. And because maybe that they're not, maybe they're just not sure. Maybe their barrier is they're afraid that they won't be successful or whatever. And so sometimes if you know what that barrier is, you can better able to talk to them. And then don't forget to ask them to join your business. Hey, I'm really excited by you. I think you'd be great on my team. Do you have any interest in joining our team? Right? Hi, Tracy. Good to see you. So that's that one. And then I'm going to go back again and, on page 3, 100 ways to work your Avon business. So I'm not going to go into all 100 of these, but there is tons and tons about it. So whether you're just starting out or whether you've been in for a long time and you're looking for new ways to work your business, here's some ideas for you. And, things change. So you might be approaching your business different today than you were yesterday, and it's probably going to look different tomorrow. Whether we're working with paper brochures or digital brochures, those things never change. I really believe I struggle because I am an internet person. I am a computer geek. I am an internet person. But I also believe that if I and I don't get me wrong, I have a whole list of like 300 people that I text brochures to. But I'm afraid that if I text a brochure to you, you might be at the grocery store, you might be doing whatever, picking up your kid, you might be making dinner, and you go, oh, okay, Lynn texted me. And you click on it, and you go, oh, it's just a brochure, I'll look at it later. There's nothing to make you go back and look at it. There's nothing to remind you, you just forget. You forget about it, right? Because we're all so busy, right? But if I mail you a book, in the mail, it's going to probably sit on your counter for a while, maybe with the other mail. And then maybe eventually it might make its way up to your bedroom or even your bathroom. And at some point in time, you're going to be in the bathroom and you're going to be scrolling through the pages, or maybe laying in bed at night and scrolling through the pages. But I just think having a physical brochure makes it much more likely that you're going to look at it, because there's nothing in the digital brochure. I text you a digital brochure. There is nothing to remind you to look at it. Although if you are texting a brochure, I think you should still be doing follow-ups. So you're going to, like the first day of the campaign, go, welcome to campaign 7, right? And then 3 days or so before the end of the campaign, you're going to text them again and go, hey, campaign 7's almost over. Be sure to check out whatever, the shower gels in campaign 6, they're only $2 or whatever. But just want to let you know that, as of Tuesday, that campaign will be gone. Monday's the last day it's online. So just a quick reminder, again, it's not pushing them, but I really feel like a brochure is the absolute best way, and that's why I mail brochures. I use campaign mailer and all that. And in that first post I showed you, the one about prospecting, it's how you take control of your business, I talked about that. I talked about campaign mailer. So if you're not sure what that is, you can look at that. And Anitra says, I think a lot of this even applies to selling Girl Scout cookies. You know what? Absolutely. I mean, sales is sales. Follow-up is follow-up, right? She says, I talked to my daughter about these ideas. So yes, it's whether you're selling Girl Scout cookies or whether you're selling Avon or whether you're selling insurance, it's the same thing. You find more people, you talk to them, you follow up. That's really what it is. So here's some ideas. So give a brochure to the receptionist at your doctor's office or dentist's office. And if you're using a digital brochure, ask if you can text this awesome new way to view the brochure to her. I mean, it is pretty cool to be able to look at it on a tablet. It's just like looking at it at a book. You literally can flip through the pages. It is pretty cool. Get a list from your community welcome wagon. Create cute sample packets to carry and hand out. Place your business card or brochure at your hairdresser's station. Place Avon brochures at the teacher's lounge at your child's school. Give Avon products as gifts. Have an open house. You can have a Facebook launch party, or you can have a party at your house and invite people over and let people try products. Wear an Avon pin or a name tag. You guys, this is huge. I wear a name tag. I actually wear a name tag that says Avon and my name everywhere I go. And it's so funny when we're in a store, how many times people will ask me what aisle such and such is on, because they just see the name tag and they assume I work there. But I've also had people say, look at the name tag and go, you sell Avon? Do you happen to have a brochure? And they ask you. So how, that's like cool, right? You don't have to work for it. They ask you. Host an office party. This is a great way to do it too, even with your doctor's office, with the receptionist or whatever. You could say, hey, I would love to come and do a party, maybe on your lunch break for the girls in the office, and come and have some products, bring some food for them, right? Bring lunch. Do a fragrance survey, offer a Christmas wish list to your customer, and then call their Santa, right? You get a woman to fill out what her Christmas wish list is, and then you send it to her husband so he can place orders. Place ads in the local high school's newspaper for prom makeovers, things like that. Put a business card with a makeover offer in trick-or-treaters bags. Have a get-to-know-you party with your neighbors. Advertise in your alumni newspaper or local newspaper. Ask friends to host a party for you, or maybe a Facebook party. Advertise in your church bulletin. Mail out samples, brochures, and wish lists. Advertise at preschools for the working mom. So there's this goes on and on and on. And there's just, it's just really your imagination, getting in front of as many people as possible. And the more people that you can get in front of. Rick and Tina, when it's not as cold, it's snowing today, but Rick and Tina will set up a tent in front of a busy intersection, in front of a store that's closed, like on a Sunday afternoon. They'll set up a tent and put up a big sign that says free Avon. And as people are driving by, they'll stop in and see them, and they'll offer brochures. They'll get their contact information. Another thing you can do is use the American Cancer Society, Avon's partnership with them for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer. Use that to your advantage. Go into a restaurant and say, I'm with Avon. We're partnered with the American Cancer Society. Could I set up a table outside your store to give out information about breast exams or about fundraising for the American Cancer Society? And you'll find that a lot of times when you do it that way, the stores will let you set up a table. And then you can literally just set up a little table in front of the restaurant, have a little sign about Avon and breast cancer, have brochures to give out, have drawing slips to fill out. You can even have a basket of products that you're going to give away for a drawing and have them fill out those drawing slips for that. Sometimes the stores will even say, I'll tell you what, I'll go one step farther. Let me give you some flyers. And everybody who comes in with that flyer and eats, I will give you a percentage of their sales towards your breast cancer cause. So restaurants are usually pretty easygoing about that. Mm-hmm. Tracy says, always have a brochure in your purse. Yes, always. Be ready to give it out, always. When you go out to eat, give one to your waitress, right? Give one to the girl at the cashier. And then get their, I know Tina's going to say to me, get their name and number. Tina has, she doesn't use the drawing slips because for her, what she found that's even easier to use is she has a little notebook that has a keychain on it, and it's just hanging from her purse and on a keychain. And so she just pulls that up and says, can I get your name and number so I can give you a quick text before my order goes in? And somehow when you say text, people are more likely to give it to you because then they don't think you're going to harass them, right? Oh, sure, I can handle a text, just letting me know when your order goes in. Rick's laughing. He's laughing. Well, she does, huh? And she does if I'm giving out a book and Tina's there and I didn't get a contact information, she makes sure I know about it. Because that's what I taught her. And she's the best at it. She's great at it. So there's just pages and pages of this. 100 plus items in here. 100 exactly. So, go through here, look through this, and it'll give you some ideas on how to grow your business. So do we have any questions? That's really mostly what I wanted to talk about. Like I said, if you are, if you're out and about and, you're just sitting there having dinner at a restaurant, and your waitress comes by and you say, wow, you're doing such a good job. Have you ever thought about selling Avon? I'd love to have you on my team. And she goes, oh, ha, ha, no, I love my job. I think I'll just keep doing that. Whatever, right? And then you say, hey, no problem. Would you like a brochure? And you're going to, just by going out, you can start with prospecting for recruits, and you're going to pick up customers. The key is just talking to a lot of people. But like I said, if you're not interested in building the leadership side of your business, if you just want to be sales, that's okay too. Totally okay. You can still use a lot of these methods to get more customers and build your sales business. Richard and I use these, and we literally were selling $6,000 to $7,000 a campaign. That's a lot of deliveries, you guys. We were doing a lot of deliveries. Now we're working on wanting to do that online, so we don't have to deliver. So she is great. Rick says she's great about that. And I know you're talking about Tina. She is great about that. Mm-hmm. And Anitra says, I have thought about setting a tent in a vacant lot near my home. Absolutely, Anitra. Do you have a busy street where people are coming by? Because that's probably what you need. So, that will be the most successful. But yeah, there's just, when it's not snowing, it's not freezing cold. But that's a great idea.
Yeah, some people, we used to do it in California, even when we had a house that was in a neighborhood, we could do it. But you could even set it up in a yard. Do like a garage sale on a Saturday or Sunday and just have a table out there and have Avon products out there. You'd be surprised the amount of people that would come by.
Yeah, and you can list it in the free garage sales ads in the paper. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I would make sure you say Avon so people don't get mad when they come and they don't see a full-on garage sale. Because you have those people that are just all about garage sales, right?
Throw some of your stuff out there and sell it out of the garage.
That's true. You can do that too. Yes, yard sale, Rick says. Yeah. Rick says, yes, yard sale. So you guys, that's what I have for you today. I hope this helps. I hope this helps you get more business. And I want to see you guys on the cruise. I am doing everything I can to get there. It's going to be a stretch because for me, for Richard and I, we have to sell $12,000 more than we sold last year. So that's quite a big number.
In half the time.
But Rick says in half the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick says mix it in. You're right.
Yep.
Absolutely right. So that's all I really have. So let me come back to us. Okay. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. You know, when they first tried to get on, I was getting a message saying the server was overloaded and it wouldn't let me on. So I was kind of freaking out that maybe we might not make it live tonight, but we did. So apparently that's probably why the page wasn't refreshing or why you couldn't see it. Sorry about that. But I think we were able to get the whole message across. Let me see. For those of you guys that are local, we will be having a local meeting on March 9th. So it's a week from Monday, not this coming Monday, but a week from Monday at Denny's in Midvale on 7200 South, right off the I-15. So Judy, if you're still on, I would hope that you can come down and see us. I would love to meet you in person. And anybody else who, Nitra, you're local, and Rick and Tina's local. Anybody else who's local, come and see us at our meeting a week from Monday. Otherwise, we will be here live next Sunday, same time, same place, and look forward to seeing you there. Anitra wants to pick my blog brain. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your night and have an amazing week, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Have a great week, everyone.